Okay. First of all, let me apologize for the audio on this. Doing this kind of quickly. I know I need to get a new microphone, but just wanted to point something out. I know some members are having some problems with some snipes. Anyway, here's what I suggest you do before you set up a snipe for any item. Just go ahead and go to the item on eBay and enter in a bid, just as if you're going to bid right then. Just click the place bid button, and see what page shows up. See, now you can see this is the bid confirmation page, right? Now, if I can click that, then my bid would be placed immediately. But anyway, this is what you want to see. As long as you see this page, then all is well, and hidbid should be able to execute your snipe for you, submit your bid for you, same thing. But now here are some possible pages that you might see in place of the bid confirmation page. You may see something like this, some kind of possible recall notice, I guess is what you would call it. Here's another one. Now this is a bit older. I don't even know. See, eBay changes things a lot, and you just have different notices and change things around, change the text. Anyway, they still may use this. Now see, if this page or the last page or the next page I show you, if that shows up when you click on the place bid button, then that'll add a step to the bidding process, and hidbid will not be able to bid on the item for you. So you'll know that right off the bat, and then you won't set up a bid and then be disappointed because it's not executed. You'll know. But as I said, if you see the bid confirmation page, all should be well, except for I'll get to that in a minute. Let me show you a couple other possible pages that you may see. Now this one here, this would be, I assume for a newer eBay buyer. You can read that. It says limiting the purchases. Let me see what I got next. Okay, here's another one. See, these are examples. I have saved these from hidbid to actually hidbid at one time did a pre-snipe setup check, and if it checked and the bid confirmation page was not shown, it could do what I just did manually, basically enter in a bid and then click the place bid button, and if the bid confirmation page did not show up, then it would give you an error. But as I said, eBay changes things so much, it's hard to keep up with that. We'll try and update it again so that it will do the check for you, but the safest way to do it is for you to do it yourself. I mean, it only takes a second. Just enter in your bid, click the place bid button. If you see the bid confirmation page, you should be good to go. Like I said, there's some cases when that is not the case, which I'll get to in a minute. But okay, that's most of the notices that you may see, rather than a bid confirmation page. Now there's another one I couldn't find that I had saved. I don't know where it's at, but I know that they often show notices when it's tickets that the item that you're bidding on. I don't know if it's any kind of tickets, just a certain kind of maybe concert tickets. I don't know, but it seems that they often show notifications before the bid confirmation page on tickets also, so that's something to look out for. Anyway, let's see here. Now, like I said, there's some special cases when that's not the case. First, let me get to this again. This is a little bit off track, but now this is another case when you may think there was an error on hidbid's part, because you may get a bid lost notification when in fact, well, I guess you would say you lost, but you didn't have the lowest bid. You can see that the reserve has not been met, and so there was no error. It's just that your bid was not high enough to meet the minimum bid, and reserve price, and there's really nothing you can do about that. You know, that comes down to the competition, other bidders. You know, it's they would have to bid high enough to bring your bid up high enough to meet the reserve price. Okay. And now here's another one that may sometimes think that hidbid was in error, which actually it's not. When an auction is ended early, you know, there's a couple different notifications or reasons that a seller can end an auction early. They say an error in the listing, or it has already been sold. I don't know. There may be one or two other ones, but that's another one. Let's see here. What else I have? Okay, now there's nothing hidbid can do, or nothing you can do ahead of time as far as checking. Well, scratch that. Okay, you can see this. This is the most common problem, I believe, that the buyer, the bidder, you, whoever, you know, is bidding doesn't meet the seller requirements. You can see right here, one, like I said, this is the most common problem. The buyer doesn't have a PayPal account associated with their eBay account that they're using to bid on the item. I would say that's the most common restriction or requirement that eBay sellers put on items, which I did on all of mine. You know, PayPal only. See, but you cannot check for that. Well, to check for that, you just need to look at the auction listing. Say if I would say this mostly applies to people out of the U.S., but if you're out of the U.S., make sure they ship, you know, internationally, or at least to your country. You can do that by looking at the shipping, you know, shipping information on the item. Scroll down. Right there, you know, that'll tell you. What's another one? I'll show you another one here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what. All right. Yeah, here's another one. Having 2 unpaid strikes in the last 30 days. That's another one that sellers. Another restriction or requirement that sellers can put on their items. You can't have 2 strikes in the last 30 days. And again, that's basically on you. You know, you should know if you have unpaid strikes against you or not. You really wouldn't have to contact the seller about that. And let's see here. And here's another possibility. They can just flat out block you, single you out for whatever reason, and say you can't bid on any of their items. Now, I'm not sure if that is a possible something that would be shown before the bid confirmation page or not. That I'm guessing this may be shown before the bid confirmation page. So you may see that instead of the bid confirmation page. These other ones, as I said, you won't see them. The only way you could see them is to actually attempt to place the bid. So I would have to actually click on the confirm bid button, and then if they had blocked me, or if I didn't have a PayPal account associated with my eBay account that I was using to buy, or I had unpaid strikes against me, and the seller, you know, put those requirements on this particular listing, then I would see something like that, or I would see something like that, or the other two, about the not having a PayPal account associated with your eBay ID, or well, another one is like I said, shipping internationally. You have to be, you know, some sellers only ship within the country that they're living in. That's about it. Unpaid strikes, not having a PayPal account. Like I said, that's the most popular, or the most common anyway. Not shipping internationally, and the unpaid